Hey, what's going on, Chris?
How you doing, brother?
Good, good. So for today's video, we're gonna be doing an installation video on this bad boy over here, and we're gonna be doing a carbon fiber steering wheel along with a smart LED display. So yeah, so let's start going inside so we can start working on it. Okay.
Hey guys, so today we're gonna go ahead and install the R8 LED steering wheel vz102326. So as you can see, it is full carbon fiber with yellow stitching and black Alcantara with the full LED display. It also does match our R8 mirror caps, full replacement. So we're just gonna pop up the front cargo or front trunk or front something. Your battery should be located behind this. So you're gonna disconnect the negative. You will need a 10mm socket or not socket but wrench to get in there or ratchet. So I'll put the key in the ignition. And you're gonna have to flip your steering wheel sideways in order to take off these tabs. We are gonna use a small flathead. Flip it the other way and do the same thing on the other side. Once you have those off, you'll put it back straight, and then you can take off your key. Once you do, you're gonna proceed in disconnecting the battery.
What are we doing now?
Obviously taking off the battery. I'm just gonna lift this up and put a rag in there because you can't put it to the side really. I'm gonna flip in. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and take off the bolts from here. I'll let you guys know what's the size after I do this. It's T30, so you'll be using T30 for the bolts on the sides of the steering wheel. So after you're done unbolting that, you'll pull the airbag out. And you're gonna disconnect these two tabs and the harness inside. So I'm gonna use two flatheads to lift this up. This part, pull it off and then put the flathead in here. The airbag is off. So we'll just take off the steering wheel and then we'll go ahead and swap it out for the other one. But I did forget one thing. So now we're gonna use a 12 voltage meter, which should be the red. So that's giving me that 12 voltage, the red wire right here. So we're gonna slice into this wire, and that should make the LED display work. I did have to go ahead and connect the battery back on in order to test the 12 voltage. I just didn't touch these wires because I don't want to trigger the airbag to deploy. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. Slice it open. I'm gonna cut the blue one off. The black one, I'm probably gonna go ahead and wire it to the nut that we have right here. The steering wheel does come with all the buttons already installed. So, I mean, if you did have to swap it out or you want to swap it out, all you have to do is push these up, and it does have push pins in here to put it back into place. So I went ahead and I cut a piece from here, from the wire you're provided with. I'm gonna do an extension, and then you could also use this red wire for the 12 voltage. So after you're done joining the wires, you want to go ahead and make sure you cover them. Now that you're done, you're just gonna go ahead and put the steering wheel back on. Again, I'm not gonna put these in, I'm just gonna put the harness. And I did take off this cap to test out the 12-meter voltage on this harness, but I didn't use it because I didn't want to have the airbag hanging out. Do the test on the lights. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt the steering wheel back on. That's connected. Now we're just gonna go ahead and open up the bottom panel to put the OBD or smart box. So I use 2 zip ties to tie up the wires from the top to the bottom. Once I put the panel back on, you'll be able to see that. The smart box, I put it in right there with some double-sided 3M tape. I'm making sure the blue wire is pointing out to the steering wheel so I could grab some signal. Wherever you want to hide your box, you could hide it or not expose it. Just make sure that blue wire is pointing your steering wheel. Make sure you test out your LED panel to make sure that it is getting signal. By it turning on, it should mean that you should be fine. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and bolt back the panel, but the space here is pretty small, so we don't have room to try to record everything. But after I put the panel, I'll show the bolts that I did take off to take off the panel. This section right here, just snap in, snap out. This section right here is just snap in, snap out. The other side, the same thing, snap in, snap out. You do have to put a slight pressure from the back to try to pull it out. Just use the inner side right here to pull it off. So since this one requires the airbag to be connected in order to get the LED display, I'm just gonna go ahead and connect everything back on. So I'll put these back in. So after you're done bolting these on, you could go ahead and connect your battery back on so you could twist your steering wheel and put these back on. I'm just gonna go ahead and connect the battery back on. So we're just gonna tighten this up. What should we get? Good. So once that is done, I'm gonna put the cover back on, wherever it is. I'm gonna put the cover back on. And then the main cover right there. Of course, moment of truth, you know, maybe I messed up, I don't know. But no, works. Okay, it's off. So I'm just gonna twist the steering wheel. And put these clips back on. To the other side. Alright, now that they're in, I could finally put the steering wheel back in place.
Well, we can do that. We can get under the covers while matching the clash of the covers sets. A good cover band? I'm down with that. House party.
We're gonna go ahead and go into the settings, and you're gonna go to this icon. You're gonna press the right one, sorry. 5 seconds. We're gonna go to the RPM, the plus. You're gonna press it for 5 seconds, and we're gonna go ahead and place this one to 5,000. You're gonna press left, and you're gonna exit out. You're gonna go left, and you could enter into color. You're gonna press the right one to go in.
So she's gonna teach you how to work it out.
Right now, if I hit it, it's gonna go blue. It's gonna go red.
Okay.
So it's slowly.
That is beautiful. Oh man. Okay, let's go for a little drive here. Should I do a little pull here?
Yeah, sure.
I'll shift with this. Yeah.
So that's a wrap, guys. We successfully installed the R8 steering wheel. This is a 2011, but if you are doing a newer model like 2020, it is a little bit similar. But On the 2020, you do have a little bit more room with the OBD port. You could go ahead and so instead of using this connection, you can use. Alright, so you see that the other head that I have right there, zip tied. So you could go ahead and switch it off. So what you would do is basically disconnect your OEM ODB port from the entry that it has from this panel, and you would put, I think it's the female head in that slot, and you would connect it inside the panel, and everything will stay inside. So that way, if you do want to connect anything into your computer, you don't have to worry about disconnecting this. You could just use that other port to get access to your computer codes or errors or whatever. The installation is pretty simple with this one, surprisingly. It's just plug and play. All of this is just basically popping it out of place and then putting it on into spot. If you do have the symbol here of the R8, you could go ahead and swap this out for your original logo, but this one does not have it, so we didn't exchange that. But yeah, let us know if you guys have any questions, concerns.
And
Amazing. Look at